This is what was once a British Army Golok and is now much better, much nicer indeed. The original Golok, the blade sort of came up here and paralleled up there and then came down. You can have a look at a picture of one online, I'm sure. They're not that good. They're a bit, well, the army called them tree beaters. I think that probably tells you as much as you need to know about them. So I wanted, A, I wanted a project, and B, I wanted a knife, well, like this, actually. Couldn't find one anywhere. So what have we done in the way of modifying? Is it making a knife or is it modifying a knife? I think I've had this debate before. So cut this section of blade off, put a false edge on both sides, indeed. Aha! Now, try to cut a fuller. Didn't go hugely well, but it's the first time I've ever tried doing something like that. Basically what I have is a Dremel with a little grinding wheel on it, and just basically pulled it up and down along here till I got something that I vaguely liked. It's not, well, it's not brilliant, but I did it, and I did it on a stool in the garden with a vise mounted on it. That is my workshop. Bit of jimping on here because originally I planned a slightly different kind of handle. I was going to put a crossguard on here, but apparently welding, brazing onto stainless steel requires expensive fluxes and solders, and I just wasn't prepared to pay it. Handle, put these little pins in. I had to use the original holes for the original Golok handle because I couldn't drill through the stainless steel, and they're not particularly even. Unfortunately, I was in a bit of a hurry, and this required a bit of hammering through, and it split a little bit of the wood off. But I'm quite pleased with these 4 pins here, and generally I thought, well, it's a beautiful bit of wood. It's a bit of olive wood I had lying around. Slightly reshaped the handle here, and then kind of changed my mind as to what I wanted to do with it. I was going to have originally a handle that you could grip sort of like that, and then you could change your hand position. Aha, that's a good idea, isn't it? To something like that for a bit more beaty choppiness and for really chopping that way. But anyway, I like the idea of having this moving around, being able to move your hand around. This is very necessary, this bit of paracord. It means a knife stays in your hand much better, it doesn't fly out, and it just gives you that bit of extra security. And it takes a while to get your hand out as well, so it's really quite secure. There you go. Haven't made a sheath for it yet. Haven't really got much of a clue of what to do with it. It's got a proper sharpening. So, let's see, shall we? Ooh. Now, you might argue that a blade this size is actually a bit difficult to use. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as I was hoping. I have actually used this in the garden once or twice to smash plants apart, things, and it was actually really quite successful. Perhaps it's better at cutting up things than sharpening pencil, but oh no, hang on, look, we're nearly there. Yes! So, can sharpen a pencil with it? It's a nice idea. Can we cut a bit of paper with it? Oh, right, there we go. So perhaps a bit more sharpening. Now, when it is a heavy, unwieldy knife, actually it's not, it's heavy and it's fairly wieldy. This I do like. I mean, it just fits my hand. Well, obviously it fits my hand. It was made for my hand. Yeah, tried to profile this a little bit. It's a bit difficult when you've only got a 30 quid bench grinder. One of those Aldi or Little Jobs, can never remember which one's which. They're actually not too bad though. Most of this was either done with that, or it was all done with that, or a Dremel. So that was what was a British Army Golok, and is now much, much better.